starting over. So once again, for today, in short, for the people watching this on the replay, had a technical issue. We are starting a completely fresh portfolio. This will be available very soon on the website, but it requires a little bit of work. So for now, it will also go into the sheet that we have. I will clear it and basically start all over. And we're doing this because we created the campus 2.0, so to say, and also because we have a lot of new members that might be interested in getting involved and have portfolio that's filled and that has positions that are 2 months old, 3 months old. Isn't really that valuable. There will also be a little bit more activity in the portfolio from now. We will split it, or at least that's the thought, into a portfolio for spot trading and for futures trading. Okay, service announcement out of the way. I just covered Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin on the major stream. The first thing I would like to do is just take the sheet and go over all the positions that we have. I'm probably gonna close out a whole lot of those and start fresh. So bear with me here for everybody who follows our portfolio. We're gonna close out Sand. These are the current figures. Gonna close out Sand first completely. Obviously, most of us have already sold the majority of our holdings here at a very, very decent profit. So 1200% to date. Congratulations. That is a really, really good performance. I would also like to close Mona. So I'm not sure. By the way, guys, if anybody has a question during the stream, feel free to post it in Lounge. So under Gold, go to Lounge and post your question there. Also, especially now that I'm talking about our positions, it would be very, very nice to have those questions as we go instead of at the end. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, I think you missed the beginning of this. The goal here is to create like a fresh sheet with fresh entries. I will leave this open then for now, but maybe you can post a new entry soon on the new sheet that we are creating. So for now this stays open then. But like the goal is to start as fresh as we can because some of these positions are like from last year even. January, and those entries are only good to members that have been here for a while. Okay, then we're gonna go to BTS. I don't believe this is mine, but yeah, can we close this or do you want to leave it open? Is this an old sheet? Okay, we are still working on, let me see, I had the sheet available here. This is the open positions. Let's just work off this. Yeah, okay, let's just work off this. We can close this. Yeah, LISK. We can close LISK. I like all these old calls, especially. I want to close them because look at these progress. Like all these changes are very, very good. But I don't think keeping those right now is like a whole lot of added value. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna close sys. This one has reached target, hasn't it? Eventually. So we can close ELF, close BTCD. UNFI, UNFI. This is something that I can close now. taking way too long. 1.75%, not worth it to, not worth the wait at this point anymore. Yeah, I agree. Beam can pretty much be closed. TRX can be, this one is gonna be on the news sheet. If you have TRX, at this point you can leave it open. But this is not a buying area. Like our original buying area was 80. We are now 242. This is not a good entry, but if you have the 80 entry, can everybody mute themselves, please? Thank you. But if you have it, it's fine. LTC definitely open, also in a buying area. Get some LTC, like seriously, mid to long term, this is gonna be an absolute blast. Acropolis, only 14%. I expected a lot more. We can close this for now. We'll probably be on the new sheet with a new entry, but time will tell. Next we have again LTC. This was a higher entry, the second entry. Also open, leave it open if you can. Also buy now, if you don't have any LTC. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but you might want to look really look deeply into Litecoin, so to say. TRX. Also, I'm leaving this open, but this is not a buying area. However, this was obviously. Again, Acropolis can be closed. Get. This is open for sure. It will also be added instantly to the new sheet. This is a fundamental call for. Oh, am I too high now? Yes, I'm sitting too high. I'm skipping SFP. Close SFP. Get is definitely a buy. I will add this on the new sheet immediately, and this is a long-term project that I would like to stay involved in. Alice, I'm leaving Alice open. I know this is minus 43%. Our very worst call, except for WRX, but absolutely open. I'm leaving this. We see a big future in NFT gaming. BNB, or first COTI, I would say. COTI, I'm leaving open. We'll also add it to the new sheet. I expect a great deal from COTI. No matter how long it takes, I am holding this, even if I have to hodl it into my grave. BNB, open for sure. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, let's leave this open then. I pretty much agree there. Sometimes it might look like something very severe, minus 43%. But let's take a look at Sand, for example. If we just open up Sand, this is a perfect example, right? I mean, I called this coin right around the 5.3 level at first. Then it pretty much dumped like 40% as well, after which it did an insane rally that is completely bonkers. I would like to note that I set out these targets beforehand, and look at this. I haven't touched this chart for weeks now. I just opened this and like couldn't be more perfect, guys. Fibonacci works. Told you. Keep that in mind. Make sure to join the Fibonacci course as well when I give it. AAVE, yeah, this, you know, it's something to this. I would like to just go over the chart real quick. As far as I'm concerned, this is definitely a hold here. We're sitting right at the bottom. Pretty much enjoyed the crash as much as any other crypto over the last couple days. However, what I see here is an absolute bottom forming. We can safely assume that it will rebound somewhere in these levels, and my target for AAVE is sitting pretty much at 800 at this moment. So decide for yourself what you want to do with this. This one is going to take a little bit of time, probably a couple more weeks by the way this looks, but um, I decide to leave this open. And of course, LTC call, final one. Lots of LTC calls. Keeping all those, not selling them. They're all in profit, so no reason to dump any of those. Do we have questions at this very moment about the sheet, about changes? Do you have a position that you would like to discuss? Now is the time to let me know. Mm, put Yes, I know what you mean. Um, what I will do, yeah, I should probably go over that with the new entries as well. They are mostly copied from the old sheet, the same assets, but let me just open it and see if there's anything different that in what is here in this sheet should be in there. 23.3. Yes, okay. So if you go to the new sheet, you can see that pretty much all those calls are these right here. See, it's the same. So you can follow this sheet that I have here as a guidance. What I will do is I will post this in the Discord right after this stream, create a new link, and go from this. What I would like then is to clean this up. So I will do that as well after the stream. Yeah, like it's really up to you. I still truly believe in Acropolis. It's just taking longer than I expected. And you know, if you're willing to sit this out, this can absolutely be a hold. But you know, there's no telling as to how long this will take at this moment. I didn't truly expect this dump to be this severe. And depending on how it closes out today, you might want to not get in. If we look at the channel that I have here, I copied this channel down here. You can see that we might be breaking this. And this is part of trading, you know. It's something that everybody goes through. I made a tremendous loss as well yesterday. I went to bed early on Friday and you know, decided that it might be good to get many hours of sleep, and right then and there the whole market crashed and you know I lost out pretty big. But losses should always be partial. You should never have too much of your assets into one particular coin or on too much leverage. So taking losses is part of life as a trader. Anyone who says otherwise is lying to themselves. You know, you cannot have only this. There will also be this. Sadly, but it happens. So I made a new sheet where I will put pretty much some basic info on new entries here. There. Today is the 19th. And by the way, guys, we will be doing this every week now, just so we keep a clear overview of where we are, what we're doing, and where we're going. So for every member, keep in mind this is the new live stream day every Monday, first day of the week. We go over everything we have and discuss if there's anything you guys need help with. The first call that I'm going to put in this sheet, so this will be the new sheet, is absolutely 100% Litecoin. This is a monster wedge, like an absolute giant that is a lifespan of 2 years. So, and you know, this pattern forming for 2 years, now breaking out, this is a golden opportunity. There are some buy levels that I have, and pretty much those buy levels are right here and right now. So what I will do is I will mark this. This is the area for buys. What I personally do when I am in a situation like this is I stack or I ladder my buys. So what you can do is set up some spot buys and work your way down with several orders, limit orders, so to say, on new Litecoin buys. It is very important to make sure that you at least have a small stack. You know, you don't, but by the way, everything I say is just my own opinion. That's how I'm doing it. Do with this info what you will. But at least, you know, I'm making sure that I have a good amount of Litecoin set and ready, because this dump right here is where everybody got shaken out. Everybody got liquidated. And, you know, that usually happens right before a major up move, like a thrust move up. I hope personally for this position to be completed within the next month, possibly 2 months. The target here is 8,894 Satoshis, sitting right up here. And I will now put this in the sheet. Yeah, it really depends on what kind of asset we are talking about. If we are talking, for example, like now Litecoin, for Litecoin, I would say it is safe to put up anywhere up to like 5 to 8%. But if we are talking about a micro cap, like some shitcoin that we truly believe is gonna moon, but it might not. In that case, I would say a maximum of about 3 to 5. And the reason is, if you look, for example, at Cent, that thing went 10x, so 3% suddenly becomes 30% of your entire portfolio. But if you look at other, for example, let's take Alice, you know, if you look at Alice, that thing is now down 40%, and I was highly convicted that it would go in a straight line. However, obviously, it's gonna take more and more time. But in that case, you only lose about 1.5% of your entire portfolio. So if we are talking big coins like blue chips, Litecoin, Ethereum, etc., I would say 8% max, maybe 10 if you're really into it. For shit coins, new coins, small caps, I would say a maximum of 3 to 5%. Of course, it's up to you how much you do for each call, but that is generally what I try to pursue. Does that answer the question? Okay, you're welcome. So, okay, Litecoin has now been noted. The entry 0.005 and 45. Let me change that. Target 88. I will also put a stop loss for this. Gonna do a really rough stop loss here, guys. I don't want to risk it being triggered too early, but I also don't want to risk this thing going to shit, which it probably won't. But just in case, I will set my stop loss right around here, 39 mark. I'm not gonna set it above above support, which was previously resistance, because you will see it's gonna wick and get liquidated, and I'm just pretty convinced of this setup. So 4,000 it is. Litecoin has now been put into the sheet. Next, I cannot do this on TradingView, so I will use CoinMarketCap for a very short amount of time just to get this set. Is Get Protocol. Now, what is Get Protocol? Get Protocol is a ticketing service, pretty much like Ticketmaster. If you ever went to an event with like a major artist, just name anyone, you probably bought your tickets using Ticketmaster. The thing is, if I go to a concert, tickets are usually sold out in a couple minutes, and then next you will find the same tickets on eBay for about 300% more expensive. Get Protocol will change that. What they're going to do is make the tickets transferable, but not for any amount higher than it was originally bought for. This is already a project that has a working business model. They have sold over 628,000 tickets. I've actually used their ticketing services for an event once, and it works like a charm. And this is a truly amazing company that is gonna have a working business model, buybacks for that token, and an expanding market in order for them to set it off. This is actually a golden opportunity to buy. We are currently sitting right around the levels of the previous all-time high. It is a micro cap, which is really weird to say, you know, like 100 million nowadays, you know, back in 2017, this would have been insane, but now it is practically nothing. I definitely see a 10x for this project, currently sitting at $4.80. The entry for Get will be between 450 and $5. Target, absolutely 100% $50. And I just decided to stop loss for LTC. Forgot to put that in. I'm not using a stop loss on this. Reason being, the market cap is so small, and liquidity is pretty low, so anything might happen. It could drop 50% in a day and be up 100% the next. Therefore, a stop loss does not make any sense. However, if you use a small position that you are willing to lose all the money on, you should be fine. No, you cannot. You can, however, get it on Bittrex. So when I first started talking about this, it was only on Uniswap. Now we are Bittrex. I do see some major listings in the future if this trend continues. If this goes on Binance, we are all very rich. But yeah, you know, this is speculation. I cannot promise anything. For TRX, I would like to sketch the same picture as I sketched for Litecoin. I will remove all the clutter. This is my own Picasso drawing when I'm trading myself. Couple things going on here. First of all, if we look at the on-balance volume, you can see that we are taking a whole lot of coins off the market. We see constant liquidity moving upwards, not downwards, which means that TRX is being bought more and more. Price was pretty much suppressed, so even though the price itself made lower lows, the on-balance volume made higher lows. And now we broke out. Pretty much the same story as we have for Litecoin. Entries. For the entry, I would like to set entry. Oh, excuse me. There we go. Between 225 and 240. Stop loss. We do have a stop loss for TRX. It's also going to be below support. So if you are going to do this on leverage, don't go aping in. Take your time, set laddered buys, use low leverage, because what I usually see is stuff like this. It breaks out, it dumps right back below, you get liquidated or stop lost or whatever, and it breaks out again. So be very, very careful with your leverage trading here. Stop loss, once again, sitting right at 180. Willing to take a loss on this one. It's all about risk reward, and this has a very good reward ratio. By the way, this will all be set in shape the same way as this is. Just for the sake of simplicity, I would like to do it like this first and then edit it later. Okay, so what we have here on the Satoshi pair is a history of price action, and as we can see, paired against Bitcoin, this has only gone lower and lower. Now if we pair it against USD, you can see that it looks like this, but it only looks like this because of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin inclined in value, became worth more. Now it looks suddenly like TRX has pumped a lot, which might mean that you would not want to buy here. However, if we are going to trade alts, it only makes sense to trade alts if it's going to outperform Bitcoin, right? Because otherwise we might as well keep Bitcoin and hold that. Yeah, so the goal here for this trade is to make more Bitcoins. And even though it looks on the USD pair like it already mooned, it didn't. It's just sitting at a pretty big low here, previous all-time low, and this will give us a clearer picture of what will happen and help us decide targets more easily. Because if we want to decide targets on the USD pair, like how are we gonna decide targets here? There's no history, there's nothing. But if we look at the BTC pair, now suddenly we have all this history. We can draw Fibonacci and we can use that to set our targets. And this is like this varies, because what I like to do is for new coins, I would like to use the USD pair mostly, because they have no true history pair against Bitcoin. Well, this one apparently does, but it gives more price action. But if you have a lot of history, then it's better to pair against Bitcoin. Next, I want to talk about EOS. Let me clear this first. There we go. Gonna put it on the log scale. Something very interesting going on here. Let's talk about this wedge for a bit, because I see a repetitive pattern. And what we see in this wedge is as follows. This, for some reason, is just, I wouldn't say manipulation. I'm not a tinfoil, yeah, maybe I am, but EOS is mostly held by some minority that control most of the supply. You have to understand that during this ICO, billions were raised for Dan. And what you see here with this wedge is a certain pattern which broke off to the downside. It shouldn't have broken off to the downside because this does not make sense. These things should break up. However, it did. As you can see on the unbalanced volume, massive, massive dump. However, it's quickly bought up and tokens are being, taken off the exchange again. Liquidity is moving upwards. So what I expect or suspect personally is for this to be a fake out, just so everybody sells their coins, get out of position. After which the way is clear for the market makers to basically, you know, get pumping again. Now, if we draw our Fibonacci chart over this and remove the log scale, I want to show you this. This is without the log scale. This is with the log scale. And what this does, it incrementally increases the percentages. So you have 1, then you have 2, then you have 4, then you have 8, 16, and so on and so on. So you get a logarithmic scale. Our first target. So once again, this might not look like anything, but if I turn on the log scale, it does. All the Fibonacci levels are at the same price levels. The first target will be the 786, currently situated at 5,700 Satoshis, and this is the final target. I am very confused about EOS. I don't really know what's going on. There's conflicting news. And, I don't see this becoming the new Ethereum anymore, more than I did. I used to believe that, but now I don't. It's purely a technical viewpoint here. So our entry is gonna be, and this is very important, not right now. Our entry will be a little bit lower, somewhere around the 1150. So 1150 is our mark. Then we put our stop loss just below support right here at 850. If I can do that, yeah, 851, who cares? And our target is sitting at 5,000. So I'm gonna put this into the sheet, and I'm trying to make a healthy mix here of large caps and small caps. Let's see, 12, 11, 50, and 850. Oh. There we go. So, okay, that's it for EOS. And now that we know what to sell, what to buy, I would like to conclude the new positions here for now. And I have a very good reason for this. If we look at the current market, it is very, very volatile. I don't expect this to calm down for the next couple of days. So a lot of great opportunities will appear. Things for us to buy, things for us to sell. I hope this will give everybody a clean start. start fresh for the upcoming big bull run that we are about to have. And from there, hopefully, we can really make some stacks together this year. What I will do is I will fill the sheet over the course of the week with new positions. So whenever I see a great opportunity, there might be a little bit more dump. I will grab those. I will put them in the Discord, and I will add them to the sheet. For now, do we have any questions about anything really? Question round. No questions. Okay. What is your entry? USD? $2 and $3. Okay. Um, you know what the issue is here? I'm a pattern trader, and this has no pattern. This is just, ranging. If we go over to CoinMarketCap and check SFP, I know there is a whole lot to do about this. Then that like there's a market cap of 1.1 billion. This is relatively small. It's big, but it's not the biggest. The thing is, if I'm not mistaken, this is a Binance owned product, right? It is the wallet, yeah. Yes, it is. And this is more a fundamental trade rather than a purely technical trade. And I would suggest, if you are able to and not on leverage, to wait it out. We just had a major dump, and SFP didn't actually do all that bad. It's like a 30% decrease, like most major blue chips alt have. Most of the smaller caps got absolutely wrecked, and I'm talking 50% or more. I suggest to wait this out, especially as we are sitting right here on a bottom. This is a major support resistance. You can see one. Let me just draw this out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lots of contacts. And it's hovering around these levels. If this was gonna break through, I suspect it would have done so already the second time it broke this particular support resistance level, but it didn't. Um, so yeah, you can either choose to sell now, or what I would do is just wait it out, because this might turn into a double bottom. Okay, welcome. Okay, I guess then it's party time. Uh, yeah, go ahead. That here's the thing. Um, I think so too. So if you see it as an investment rather than a trade, then it is definitely a hold, because I believe this will be one of the first successful NFT gaming platforms ever. And I believe this will be an enormous market. I believe it will be absolutely huge. Don't underestimate gaming. If you look at esports, the growth figures are insane. So if you look at it as an investment, definitely a hold, absolutely. But it might, as you say, take a year or longer. Yeah, because what was your entry? Do you know that? Yeah. Okay, then you should be absolutely like we will never see those prices again. Ah, good to hear. Yeah, but listen to this. This looks pretty clear to me. I believe it's gonna go to the previous all-time high here, sitting at 730. Um, After which it will probably pick up again. This is what I see happening. Big chance of happening. However, if you are because you already sold like the majority, right? Yeah, then you know why would you sell now the rest? Yeah, you might want to because you can also buy assets in game, etc. You might want to buy some land and buy some swords that you can resell later. Yeah, like the items within because you bought a currency that is used in game, so you can use that in-game currency to buy in-game assets that actually produce revenue. You can literally buy land that you can rent out to other players for rental income in sand. Exactly. Yeah, but the thing is, the funny thing is, you can create actual revenue streams with it because you can buy an in-game house or an in-game piece of land which you can rent out to someone else who pays you in the rent in sand. So you might want to go check it out. Maybe that's an idea. Create some passive income. Yeah, you're welcome. Well, depends. Are you involved for a long time now? I mean, do you have a good buy range? Oh shit. Okay, let's take a look then. Yeah. Yep. I am gonna pair this against Bitcoin for now because the USD pair has like little to no historical data. The way I see this playing out, and I haven't looked into this because I'm very sour I didn't buy sooner. Is we are currently creating a new bottom here. The previous all-time high. Let me just remove all this clutter. The previous all-time high has acted as support resistance in the past, but you can very clearly see now that the price range doesn't want to be in those area. All the orders here get immediately filled. So what I personally see happening here is for this to bounce around a little bit, create a new bottom, and rather than dumping below this support resistance like last time, I would absolutely see it create a new all-time high. And this all-time high, could be situated, and I'm not going to use the retracement, I'm going to use the extension. This could be sitting right around 8,300 up until 11,000 satoshis. I will answer that question, but I will have to read up a bit because I haven't read anything about engine for a while. Because I missed out, and one of my rules is on things I miss out, I do not look at them. I will not buy too high or FOMO, so I just leave it and abandon ship. But in this case, I can certainly take a look at the partnerships. Not now, not in the stream because I usually spend an hour doing that, at least half an hour reading. So I will get back to you on that. Okay, I'm going to close the recording for now.